What's up, guys? George back again to do episode 8 of Nerd Alert. This one is for late May, early June 2016. Picked up quite a few comic books. Most of this is going to be comic books this time. So if you're not into comic books or old horror magazines, then watch my next video. Anyway, there's one Blu-ray I picked up at Target recently. I have 2 or 3 other versions of this Blu-ray. This is a new exclusive steelbook for Shaun of the Dead. I have the old Best Buy Shaun of the Dead steelbook, the comic book looking one. I thought this was way too cool with the broken record on it. One of my favorite movies of all time. Stars Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, couple other people from the UK. Amazing zombie comedy, zomedy, whatever you want to, zomcom. If you haven't seen Shaun of the Dead ever, stop this video now and go pick it up at Target on exclusive steelbook. This was the last one they had. I don't know when it came out. I would imagine it came out at some point within the last couple months, but $10 at Target. Had a gift card, so I used it for this. So used some of it for this. So definitely check that out. A couple magazines here that I picked up over the last few weeks. A reprint of the Cracked #1. Cracked was kind of like a Mad Magazine. It was competing with Mad Magazine back in the, I think, late 60s it started, up until, I believe, the early 90s. Then it went away, came back a few years later as a magazine, kind of like The Onion, if anybody out there knows what The Onion newspaper is, with like fake news stories or funny news stories. From what I understand, that only lasted a few issues, maybe 2 at most, which I have 2 of the first 2. I think they were the only ones. It is now online only, but it was just as good as Mad back in the 70s. I thought there was some really funny stuff in it, but this is a reprint of issue #1. Picked this up for a couple bucks, so I thought that was cool to add to the collection. And also at independent comic book shops, these were giveaways. This is the Captain America 75th Anniversary magazine. This is a fantastic magazine. Chronicles all the first 75 years of Captain America in comic books. I did come to find out that there is variant issues of this that are for sale. They weren't free, with various different covers. So I thought this was cool. It's definitely worth, if you can get to your local comic book shop and see if they have any free ones left. Definitely do that. It's worth it's worth getting. It's worth buying if you find it out there to buy. But I think this is the exclusive, like the cover for the free magazine only, and it's obviously taken from the new film Civil War. Definitely check this out. Fantastic magazine. I thought it's chock full of incredible stories, comic covers and all that shit. It's really cool. And next up is an issue #6 of The Creeps. This came out within the last couple weeks. Again, if you don't know what The Creeps is, if you like the Warren horror magazines from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, like Creepy or Eerie, you will absolutely love this magazine. Started about a year and a half ago. Comes out 4 times a year. I have a feeling, the way it's been selling, that it's going to go to 2 times a year. 2 times, what am I trying to say, every 2 months, which I hope it does. I hope it comes out 6 times a year. But fantastic read. Really reminds me of the old Warren magazines. Has a lot of artists and writers from Creepy from back in the day. Definitely worth checking out. You could subscribe to it as well. However, I wouldn't. If you can find it in stores, it's cheaper in stores. 4 issues in stores would cost you about $20, but a 4-issue subscription is $30. But if you can't find it at your local Barnes & Noble, I would definitely search online, see if you can find their website, which they do have, and you could subscribe there for $30. Definitely worth $30 a year. Fantastic magazine. Alright, now, the rest is all comic books from all over the place. I'm going to do the non-horror stuff first, and then I will take care of all of the horror stuff. First up, the only brand new magazine I have, or issue I have this time, is the new Punisher series has started. This is issue number 1. And this is the variant cover for the action figure cover, which, if you like the Punisher, it's typical Punisher story. It is an adult-oriented comic book, which is good. I'm glad they went back to that, because I know that for a while they had stopped and did like a PG version of it for a while. But it's definitely back to the adult-oriented storyline. This came out a couple weeks ago. I just got done reading the first issue, so I thought that was great. It's definitely worth picking up. Next up is issue 1 of Vader Down. This is the variant issue from the Midtown Comics variant. The only place you can get this is from Midtown Comics in New York. And this is the action figure cover. New storyline, Vader Down storyline, which I haven't read yet, but I will be at some point. It's definitely worth checking this one out. If you go to midtowncomics.com, you can buy your own copy for regular price plus 30% off, I think. So it should only cost you around $3.90 or something like that. A couple other ones that I picked up with the Star Wars from Midtown, and just to fill the order so I got free shipping. I was always intrigued by U.S. Agent back in the day, in the early 90s. U.S. Agent was another character made up from the Marvel Universe that basically took Captain America's... If you knew about Captain America, got a new uniform in the early 90s, and he took this he took the... pretty much took over for, in that outfit, as U.S. Agent when Steve Rogers went back to the old uniform. So this is Captain America number 386, where it has both of them in it. U.S. Agent really didn't take off too much, but he always intrigued me. I don't know why. Just, I guess, because it was different. This is issue 1 of his first miniseries. And this is when it got really ridiculous. I don't know why they did this to him, or this outfit. This is issue 1 of his mid-90s series. So I guess this is the second or third series. But look what they did to him. They gave him a fucking motorcycle helmet, a lightsaber nightstick, and an awful ass eagle shield. So that ruined U.S. Agent after this point. I don't think he ever showed up again after this issue, or after this run, this 3-issue run. But I wouldn't have either if I were him. This is brutal. Kind of a cross between U.S. Agent and Judge Dredd, but it just didn't play off well at all. And it was very childish. That was only $1, so. Next up, I just picked up, because I thought I had it. It was $1, and that's Secret Origins number 1, Golden Age Superman. It's basically the origin of Superman retold. Not bad, but I like the origin issues, so I picked this up. And Secret Origins was a series that did maybe 24, maybe probably more, but origin stories of each character. But this is number 1. A couple old ones I found here. World's Finest, number 223 and 225. They're both 100-page issues. This one has the composite Superman, which is, you can see that. It's a story about Superman having both uniforms. Kind of silly. I love these older stories. They were just, simple, fun stories. Nothing ridiculous, over the top. And this one is 225. And here he Superman bows before Satan's children. What the fuck are you gonna do? But another 100-page issue. Couple older titles. This one's from 1966. This is the 80-page giant Batman, number 185. Like I said, released in 1966. I had this when I was a kid. Unfortunately, it was lost over the years. I found this for really cheap, a couple bucks. The reason why I got it, because I always remembered I love this story, Batman Jr. I haven't read this yet. I'm gonna read it soon though. But I like the old school Batman with just the black bat on his chest rather than the yellow oval around it. This is back, the Batman that I love the most. Again, pretty simple to follow stories, kind of fun, not as, what's the word I'm looking for? Hard to follow as nowadays, I guess, because I don't read a lot of new comics anymore. So this one's from 1968, DC Special number 1. Just kind of reprints some of the Golden Age stuff in it, with Superman, Batman, the Flash, Kid Flash is in this, Green Lantern, Batgirl. So I got that. I think this was $1 or $2. Now, probably one of the oldest magazine or comics I have. I found this one. It was less than $10. I think this was like $8 or something. But this is from 1960, and that's the Giant Superman Annual number 2. Golden Age size, so it is a little bigger than the normal current magazine, comics or Silver Age comics. I think this is an 80-page with all the supervillains. So you have Brainiac in here. You got Bizarro. Bizarro's S is not backwards like it should be. That's the way it used to be. Metallo or Metallo. The Thing from 40,000 AD, which I never heard of before. And Titano. It's weird looking at these, realizing that, this is 66 years ago. Right? Yeah, that's crazy. 66-year-old comic. So I think this is one of the oldest comics I have in my collection. I have some old Golden Age Captain Marvel from the late 40s. I have 2 of those that I got when I was a kid, and I still have. They're not in great shape, but I never got rid of them. So definitely, if you ever see these out there, pick them up. Here's Batman number 252. I got this because it has the spook in it. Kind of a horror-based Batman story. I believe this is from 1971, but it's pretty killer. And Captain America number 132. Bucky returns after 20 years of thought to be dead and goes after Captain. But is it really him? We don't know. So I always loved this cover. I've seen it. The reason why I picked this up, I saw it actually in that Captain America magazine. I thought it was a cool cover, so I found a copy at Midtown Comics up in New York. And I went ahead and got it. And it was cheap. I've been a Captain Marvel Shazam fan since I was a kid. I found these for $1 each, and it's Convergence. It's a 2-part mini Captain Marvel. They were $1 each, so I just added them. Nothing special about those. Now on to the horror ones. I got the latest issue of Creepy, number 23. I love this cover. I love that artwork. I don't know if it'll show, but if you can see see the woman's face under the veil, it's pretty fucking creepy looking. But unfortunately, the next issue, issue 24, will be their last issue, which sucks. But I know this was delayed for a while. 23 was delayed for a long time, it seemed like. So 24 will be the last issue from what I read. But with the creeps out there, with this out there, I mean, I have a feeling, you know, this is why Creepy is going bye-bye. This is 10 times better than this current run of Creepy. However, I do like this issue. I thought this issue was fantastic. So I'm curious to see what the last issue is going to be. Definitely check this out if you can find it. And if you find 24 out there, which I think comes out in July, late July maybe, early July, I think it's early July, you'll want to grab it, because I have a feeling it's going to be a short run because it is the last issue. Now I got these all on Craigslist. Some guy was getting rid of his comics, so I went over to his place and raided his horror. All these titles he had was Unexpected from the early 70s, and yeah, early 70s up till 79. I'm going to run through these real quick. Issue 161, this is a 100-page issue. Number 160, another 100-page issue. Killer artwork. Number 146. I love that artwork. Uh, 149. Zombies coming out of the street. Pretty killer. There's 149. 164. This one is number 23, it says. So that's pretty killer. That's the old one. Number 150. Great cover on this one. Kid sledding down the hill. Little day, you know, the snowman, he's got a dead body inside it. So there's 150. Number 175. Number 186. Cool monster, mud, Bigfoot monster type thing. Pretty killer. I love this one too. This is number 188. Guy's in the ring with a skeleton head. And he don't even realize, he didn't look yet. Is that funny? Look at this there. Dumbass doesn't even turn around to see the skeleton. This is a Unexpected Special, it's called, from 1977. Cool monster coming out of the ground. And the last one is number 190. This is when they started kind of going downhill. They started packing them with House of Secrets and Doorway to Nightmare on one issue. This was kind of towards the end of the Unexpected run. And you could tell they were kind of mailing it in at this time, so that's still kind of cool. Alright, a few more. Not too many, about 5 more. House of Mystery, number 229. Another 100-page one. I love the 100-page ones. I think they're worth it, you know. You can get them for a couple bucks nowadays. They don't cost you too much. And you got a pretty good, I would say 80% of the stories in them are pretty fun. So there's that one. And the last 3 I got were all weird mystery tales. I got number 8. Pretty cool cover. Number 12. Killer cover. I don't know if you can see that. The man's been dead in the house for 30 years. He looks pretty good for a 30-year-old dead dude. And my favorite cover, anyway, my favorite one, number 16. I absolutely love that cover. If you see the beginning of this video, you'll see this as the intro screen. Killer. And it was a great story in this one, too. So anyway, that is it for this update. I'll be doing a new Nyrd Alert update probably within a month. I have a few things coming over the next few weeks. A couple old Golden Age things that I'm keeping an eye on. I might be heading to the flea market again this weekend to see if there's any new shit up there for $1 a piece or 50 cents a piece, whatever they were. Haven't found any new creepies or eeries over the last month. Like I said, I pretty much exhausted my local comic shop here with the cheaper ones. I'm not paying, you know, there's some in there that were over 20 bucks, but I can wait and see if I find them out in the wild for cheaper. But anyway, that is it. It was definitely a comic book heavy update. I have some new movie reviews and stuff like that that'll be in the next update. So anybody that watches these for the Blu-ray reviews, stay tuned for episode 9. I'll be doing that, like I said, in the next couple weeks anyway. My next update will be a CD update. I got a ton of new titles on CD. I just finished up an LP update about 3 or 4 days ago, so that is the latest video on YouTube right now on my channel. So definitely check that out if you're into records and stuff too. Like I said, the CD update will be probably within a week or so. I got some amazing new titles. That is it. Picked up a few new subscribers again this week, so I want to thank you guys for that. And I appreciate all my current subscribers watching. You know, I just do this for fun. You know, not for, I just do it for shits and giggles, man. But it's all shits and giggles till somebody giggles and shits. So that's what they say. It's what they tell me anyway. Anyway, I will stop rambling now. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Click that thumbs up button. Click the like button for me. If you like this video, share it with your friends. Tell your friends, send them links, do all that shit. Leave me a comment below just to say hey. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Alright, everybody have a great Memorial Day weekend. I plan on it. I have Sunday and Monday off this week, so I am stoked. So it's been hot as shit here the last couple days. So anyway, thanks everybody, and I'll talk to y'all real soon. Alright, peace.